The Telling, this is a movie I almost completely forgot about. It used to air on the Chiller channel several years ago. So, we're going way back in time here. This is a short anthology horror movie. I want to say it's like 78 minutes, 82 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. And as you know, I'm a big fan of anthology horror. And this stars basically the Playboy Bunnies, who lived at Hugh Hefner's mansion, and they had their own reality show called The Girls Next Door. Um, I remember I was in high school at the time, and my female classmates would get like the Playboy Bunny, the like tanning salon. It was like a sign you could get like on your arm and whatnot. They also had the keychains, they had the notebooks, they had the pins on their backpacks. So, yeah, I kind of remember all that from high school, but I never really took an interest in, the Playboy Club or anything like that. So, anyway, they are basically part of this framing device, which is basically a bunch of these girls are in a sorority, and they're not the nicest type of people, and they run their pledges ragged through all these tests and contests and what have you, and they say, okay, well, you have to tell us a scary story if you want to pledge for our fraternity. So they're like, all right, no biggie. So the first story, I believe, is about a young girl looking to make it in Hollywood and ends up coming to this kind of derelict, creepy looking place, basically answering an ad, trying to get her foot in the door in Hollywood. And of course, it's not what she thought. The second story is about a possessed evil doll. Um, you have a group of people living in the house together, and the gift of the doll is given to the girlfriend of the house. And at first she thinks like, oh, this is actually kind of cool, a cool little keepsake for my boyfriend. So I'll just put it on the shelf and, lovingly adore it from afar. And that's when accidents start happening around the house. You have like this other roommate who's British and who, the lady of the house doesn't like. And she's like, he just let you stay here, you know, out of feeling sorry for you. He's not going to get with you. And you're going to have to move back to your place of origin once you pay off, the debt of living here. So lots of squabbling between the females in this. And things go missing, accidents start happening. And of course, the girlfriend says, it's not me doing this, it's the doll. And the boyfriend's like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about. It's just a garden variety doll I found at like a swap meet. It can't be possessed. So it kind of reminded me of Trilogy of Terror, which is a classic horror anthology. Also about a killer doll segment, if you guys are interested in that. And finally, we have the wraparound story towards the end, uh, which is a major part of this movie. So I'm not really gonna spoil it here. I'll just leave that kind of a mystery until you guys watch it. This movie's on Tubi, I believe. Really liked it. Liked the cast of The Girls Next Door. They were likable. They had charisma. And I also like watching The Playboy Murders, which is on Investigation Discovery, which is narrated by Holly, who was one of the main actors in this movie as well. So I'm kind of learning about those cases and learning more about, basically the tragedy of the Playboy mansion. So many people went in and out of it, and they have their own separate stories to tell, and a lot of them end in tragedy. And I just thought it was really interesting watching the movie and then watching this new show on Investigation Discovery. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys watch The the Playboy murders. Have you watched this movie before? Were you fans of Playboy or the Girls Next Door reality show? Let me know what you guys thought in the comments, and I'm gonna wrap this up. And thanks for watching. Bye.